Hi, Bill. Hi, Lisa Marie. Hi, Mary. Hi, Linda. Hi, Jerome. Melody, John, Daniel. I
All
didn't.
right, we are
I didn't
almost
say. I didn't say
there.
Kelly her audio wasn't connected.
All right, well, let's go ahead and, for lack of a better way of saying it, let's get this party started. Happy, happy Saturday, everybody. It is September 2nd at noon Pacific, 3 p.m. Eastern, or whatever time it happens to be, where you are watching. Welcome to the AMAs. Ask Me Anything with Robert Hollis. And it is going to be a fantastic Ask Me Anything. Why? Because you are here and you are going to contribute. Well, we hope most of you will contribute. And for those of you that would like to contribute and ask a question, there are several ways to do that. If you're on YouTube and on the chat, go ahead and type your question there. Same thing with Zoom, using the Zoom chat. Now, if you want to ask Robert a question personally, then go ahead and get into Zoom. And then when you're on Zoom, put your cursor in the middle of the screen where you see my face. Then on the very bottom of the screen, you'll see buttons, one that says reactions. Click on the reactions button there and then click on raise hand. It will notify us that you have a question. Now, if you're going to just ask a question in the chats, then I will ask the question on your behalf to Robert. But we love interaction from all over the place. So thank you so very much for joining us. Couple of quick announcements before we get started. If you are watching us on YouTube, please hit the like button and subscribe buttons if you're not already
You
subscribed.
have a question.
The subscribe button is very simple. Just click on that and then click on the or the bell icon so that you get notified whenever we do broadcasts. That's how simple that is. Secondly, I want to thank each and every one of you that have subscribed to our channel because we have now over 6,067 subscribers. Let's get to 6,100, and with your help, we can do this. And before I introduce Robert, I just wanted to let you know, Robert, I love one of these phrases that I think Melody brought up the term, and I actually kind of like it. Hollisisms. And these are phrases that Robert loves to share with people that I'm going to say are uniquely Robert. And this one definitely is. It's part of his book. I believe it's actually more listed in the second book than it is the first book, but still, it doesn't matter. This does apply. The Hollisism I want to share with each and every one of you today, and please take it to heart. If you know what you know isn't so, when would you like to know? Hopefully, for those of you that have questions, today. So, very simple way to get this thing started. Ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and give it up and get started. The gentleman I'm introducing to you has helped 67 people as of today become millionaires. He is an amazing person who not just cares about guiding you in the right way, but guiding you and caring about you. He is a friend, a dear friend. Many call him a GPS to success, a friend-tor, a mentor. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up, one and all, for Mr. Robert Hollis.
Thank you very much, Craig, the hostess with the mostest. Craig and I have been together for over 10 years, and I never get tired of that. I never get tired of that. He's introduced me so many times in front of crowds of thousands and thousands of people. And when we first started with Melody Ryba and Gano, My Daily Choice, Craig actually was the host at the first event we went to for MDC. So it's been a really, really incredible deal. So thank you, Craig. Thank you, Craig. You're amazing. Yesterday, Matt and Craig and I did sort of a powwow of where we want to go in the future. And Craig was sharing with us the PDF list that he uses because Craig never gets enough credit, in my opinion, of how much he feels to chat with everything. I mean, it's like this guy is so on the ball. So if I say something or come up with a saying or say something that I think is possible, you guys are saying blam, 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 blam. And also want to immediately do a shout out to Elijah. He was a super chatter. I really, really appreciate that, man. That's why I do what I do. And so let's go ahead and get started. This one here is going to be short. It's only going to be an hour. So I'm not going to do a big upfront deal, but I want to share with you guys something. I made a decision just recently. I do really special things for my inner circle members, and I just love them to pieces. So, I put together a small little group of people that I know really, really well. And if you wouldn't part of it, just understand this is a different group that I deal with that has nothing to do with marketing of any kind or business. But I put a really good group together to pray for Arthur and his family and his mother and stuff. So, we all probably got our own little prayer warriors out there that are pretty powerful. And so, Arthur, I just want you to know, regardless of your beliefs, if some magic starts happening, maybe you'll go, where the hell did that come from? So, it's just dust, but we're gonna put a bunch of space dust on you and your mom and your family, your wife. And so I just wanted to tell you that I love you. And so the other thing that I made a decision, I got up this morning in my prayer time, and Mary Belichick, I you guys know how great I am on names. I just call her Mary. But I made a decision today to make her video public, and the inner circle members, I'll make it up to you because I just know that it's really going to be amazing. So I wanted to share with you. I put together hopefully this. That's the wrong one. Who is that guy, man? The guy's everywhere. It's like it's like that guy, my wife, we get to hear him all the time. Every time I accidentally click on the YouTube channel, that guy's yakking away. So what I did is I put together a new playlist. I'm calling it Quick Start, so you guys can look at it. I guess I can click on this link here and I'll share it for you guys. Here we go. And then I guess, Craig, if you wanted to, you could grab that one and share it in the because I don't see the chat right now. So so if you guys see here, one of the things that I've been doing, how many of you guys have had people say, what do I do? What do I do? I've been just hosting people with this video here. And every once in a while, people will reach out and say, what do you do? If you guys haven't watched this is what I send to people. And I would say that it's got, oh my God, I bet you it's got pretty close to 98% of people that watch this video truly, truly believe that My Daily Choice is not a network marketing company. Isn't that crazy? So I love network marketing, but mentally, if someone's hung up on it, I say, hey, listen, all we do is the same thing that Walmart does, Target does, CVS store, Apple, Amazon. That's all we do. So if someone says, are you one of those companies? Hey, send this video over and go, we're just like these companies. And of course, this is, believe it or not, I think my third most viewed video. It's just amazing. And so you guys have probably seen that little video with Mosh, and then the ranks that are popping like crazy. Listen to this. There's been, in the last 3 months, there's been 92 rank advances in Nigeria. And so a lot of people are going, well, why, it's like everybody panics, and it's like, how are they doing it so fast? Well, they're doing it because, you see Mosh's video, and I guarantee you that it's shorter than anything that you guys are using. So Mosh is like, hey, listen, so he knew he'd been involved in marketing before. So Mosh said, hey, I'm going to tell your story And then when I get documented, I'm telling my story. And now if you guys watch this short video, half of the video is him telling his people's story. So I know that if you guys have never heard of that before, that's what I did. What's made me successful is telling my mentor story for 18 months before I became like a super affiliate in that company. And then Bill wouldn't let me do it anymore. And so, it's crazy how fast the ranks are growing. I'll do a new one for August. And then of course, hey, I really truly believe if people paid attention to Mary's video, they no longer will be able to say, I don't know what to say and I don't know how to find people. You know what I mean? It's like, come on, that's the deal. And then of course, Mary sharing what Joshua does because they're doing the same thing. So, Mary not only, get this, you guys, do you know that Mary hit the leaderboard twice? I shared this in the inner circle. So when she first did it, she started sharing links under her personal name. And she had a position above that for her company. And so I said, no. So Mary hit the leaderboard. Then when she switched to her corporate position, that hit on the leaderboard too. So I'm just so proud of her because now all she's got to do is, now that she's 1K, she just needs to show other people how to do 1Ks. And that's exactly what Josh is doing. The other thing that I have here is this Ask Me Anything after Josh talked, I believe, on that Wednesday on a podcast. This Wednesday, we're going to have the other Joshua that hit 50K. And I'm just going to keep interviewing people that are, crushing it. And I think people will start picking up little themes of each and every one of it. But the very next Saturday, when we did Ask Me Anything, Katie, one of the inner circles, Katie Saunders, came on and she says, listen, I need to know every one of these steps. And so I think people will look at this and just let them know if they think it's long, then, what they need to do is at least watch that part. And then this video here on, as soon as people understand how to make money, it's funny. People either believe that they're going to do it or not going to do it. So that's a new one on the playlist. I hope you guys enjoy that. And so let's start asking some questions. You guys, I have an update. Joshua Daramel is on here. Oh my God. Let's give him a hand. So Joshua, you like some of the stuff I was sharing?
Thank you so much, Robert. You're amazing, and thank you for everything, your mentorship. Mr. Craig, oh my God, Mr. Bishubeka, you're all amazing. And every single person on the call, I just want you to know that we really love and appreciate you for everything you're doing for us. I can't mention all your name, Kelly Davis, you're incredible. And it's just a collective effort. It's because you guys believe in us, right? And that is why God is making all this happen. And we have an amazing and incredible mentor. Robert takes people from nowhere. He just shares the wisdom, but it just requires focus, dedication, and to believe that what he's sharing with you is going to work. No matter how long it's going to take, just keep focused and following up with it. Everything is going to work out eventually. So I remember I said to myself that I don't care if it's going to take 5 years. I don't care if it will take longer than that. So, but I know it's going to happen. So I just kept on going and going. Thank you so much, Robert.
Thank you, Joshua. I love you. I love you. I love you. And how many people, I know that you want to put me on big screen here, Craig, spotlight me here. But how many people think this is the kind of growth you want in your back office?
Oh my goodness, look at that. Spike.
So yeah, it's like some people are going, I did a video, Joshua, I don't know if you know it, but I did a video called How Fast Can It Happen? And Joshua, if you could answer one question, how many total people do you have in your organization now?
It's active is about 7,000, 7,004, 7,005.
And March of this year, do you remember what the number was?
Oh my goodness. March this year, it was around 100 plus
100 people.
active. Active.
Joshua, yeah, it'd be really hard. Wouldn't it be really hard for people to say to you, you know, Joshua, to be honest with you, I don't believe in miracles.
Okay.
And you go, well, let me log into my back office. Let me take you to my apartment in Lagos. And then let's go for a nice little drive so you can see my mom's new home.
Wow. Thank you. Sincerely, all those times is just coming to me, and I'm just saying, thank God I stay focused to follow through. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you very much, Joshua. Joshua is one of those people that if you guys heard me say this to you, we do know it's all about belief, right? And so Joshua at least would get a payday a month, right? And so every time he would get a payday, I would go, Joshua, you're in the top 1% of all the people that's ever done this business. And he's going, I don't know. I wish it would work faster. And I'm going, listen, just keep planting seeds and keep exciting those people and help them connect with their people. And I just love looking at, I call him Joshua A. Joshua A, you're Joshua D. and then the owner of the company is Joshua Z. It's like, and so, but I'm blown away when I go through your organization that there'll be a person that's ranked and then a person that's not, 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 and then Joshua A, a 50K. You know what I mean? And it's like, if people seen how many people in your group that you brought in for free that still don't get it. They still don't get it. I know that you could take a screenshot of all the people that are above Joshua A and go, do you know what you're missing? I don't believe in this stuff. This is never going to work. And you're just like, how can you log in your back office and say this doesn't work? It's like crazy. So yeah, Joshua, again, I didn't see you on here, but I think you guys see how excited I am. I'm more excited about new people's results than I ever am mine. I could care less. So, but love you, brother. Thank you so much. And I'm now, this is sort of a secret, but you know, right now there's events that we're looking to see how fast we can plan an event in Lagos. And I think that I got Mr. Zuego committed to come into Lagos with me. So, so love and appreciate you. Thank you.
Actually, I'm going to jump in here. Joshua, don't leave yet. Don't leave yet. Kelly Davis has asked a question in the chat, and so want to get your opinion since you are already here. So please go ahead and let's see. There you go. The question is, what does Joshua say to get them to join with volume instead of free? In other words, are you only working on...
Oh my God, Joshua, they just want to destroy the system, don't they?
Okay, Kelly, you asked for this.
Yeah. Joshua.
Okay, thank you so much. Yes, sir. Thank you so much, Craig. So people join us for free. They join for free. But then we show them that when you join, if you want to join, there are many options for you. So the first thing is you enroll for free. Then next thing is you choose how you want to get paid. What percentage do you want to get paid? So do you want to get paid as a builder? Do you want to get paid as an executive? But the very first step is enroll for free, because that allows them to see the system, that allow us to now do, okay, you see this is where to copy your link. You can remove my username from this link I've sent to you, that same link that say enroll for free. So then we do the theoretical example for them. Okay, so now you've enrolled. Who do you know that this can be of benefit to? Who do you know that is very passionate and goal-driven? So who do you know that we even call it your board of directors? So we want to bring in people that when they come in, they are going to make massive impact. And we want this to happen for you very fast. So just tell me, who do you know that is goal-driven, very passionate, they love making impact, they are very successful in anything they do. Maybe they travel all over the world. Today they are in US, tomorrow they're in Canada. But you can just tell that this person really, really loves making, enjoying the very best of life, taking very good care of their family. They might have luxury car, amazing home. And just tell me what name comes to your mind, because people that have shared that with me, they've earned amazing results, achieved great success with this. If you can show me that, you see what this is doing for people, you can also have that income in your next 7 days or your next 14 days. You can have your first income. So will you share that with me so that we can work with you to help you achieve that? Yeah, there's this person.
Joshua.
Okay, if I speak with that person, yes, sir.
Yeah, Joshua, don't you show them how to enroll someone and get someone underneath them, and then they go, wow.
Yes.
And Joshua, as you were asked that question, this is the first thing I thought, is I go, I don't know how many people here have ever been to church, but can you imagine going to the church and before they let you in the door, they held out an offering plate? So, hey, listen, you need to give in the offering plate right now. No. Why do they always do the offering after the message? I think these people might know that if they inspire someone and they give them hope and they make them feel good, that might be a good time to ask them for money. Because I know network marketers that you can't get into church unless you pay first. So go ahead, Joshua.
Yeah, thanks so much, sir. So we just did the dream molding and GTR. So that's it. And by the time we meet people that are very goal-driven and passionate like that, the first thing they will want to ask after seeing this is, how can I get started? How can I pay for my package?
Yeah.
So they just make their payment. And before you know it, you see them building massively. So I hope that is helpful.
Yeah, the other thing that I did is funny. I see Elijah on here, right? And so I did a Zoom with Elijah. He's brand new. And I logged into the back office and I pulled his name up. And I said, what the hell are all these people underneath you? He was like, what? He's going, what? Where's all these people? And I go, yeah. I said, if as they're buying product, I said, you can either get 25% off of them and 25% goes to me, or you could just have the whole 50%. But, the products have a 60-day money-back guarantee. And if you purchase the product, then you could believe in the product because you're using the product. You know what I mean? And it's like, it's like, yeah, give them, I would say to, was it Kelly that asked that question?
Yes, it was.
Yeah, Kelly, just always remember in your mind, say this to yourself. What am I doing to get them to go into action? What am I doing to get them to go into action? And so if you're building like crazy, like I am, then every time Joshua logged in his back office, he would see more people and more volume. It's not whether or not I'm doing this business or not. So that kept Joshua in, for 2020, 2021, 2022, and parts of 23 before he walked out in his backyard and said, "Where did all this harvest come from?" It's like all the apple trees grew overnight. Look at all the apple trees. Where did this come from? And I could say, "Well done, good and faithful servant. You planted seeds for 3 years and now you're getting your harvest." I love you, Joshua, man. Like we said in your interview, I asked you, how many free people have you enrolled in the system? And you went, I don't measure that. I don't measure that. Thank you, Joshua. Everybody give him a hand. That was
Thank
great.
you so much.
You know, if you don't mind, I'm going to
I was
ask this.
thinking I should just get off, and then
Yeah.
everyone can ask Joshua.
Actually, I've got 2 more questions for Joshua from people, and if Mary and Lisa will allow, they were kind of in a little bit early there. So, and Mary and Lisa, if you don't mind, Robert, I know we're on a time schedule here, but let's see if we can get everybody in. Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay. The next question that I have for Joshua comes from Coach Bob. Joshua, when you send messages to people on Facebook, do you also do a friend request?
Okay. When I don't send friend requests immediately. I first of all connect with them in the message in the chat. So I say, hey, after sending message, I compliment what I saw on their profile, and I hope this message finds you and your family blessed and safe during this time. And I just probably, if I see a post they make, thank you so much. That post is really amazing, really touched my heart, and you're such an incredible person from what I can see on your profile. I believe you're a very passionate person, and I really, really love to meet you. Hope this message finds you and your family blessed and safe. Then they reply. Then we get talking. What do you like? I saw this post you make. Do you like that book? Okay, which book do you like most on personal development? I see from that post, you must be someone that loves personal development. So they recommend the books they like. And then I tell them about my own book as well. Someone shared with me, and this book has really made a lot of impact in people's life. And for me, it's also making a lot of difference for me in my life. So I would love to share that with you. I hope it's of benefit to you. Then I send them a gift. So they come back and say, oh, thank you. That's kind of you. If they come back. If they don't come back, maybe they come back 2 weeks time, or they come back one year time. So people are just getting back to me since 2020, saying, oh, thank you so much for reaching out. Then I go to the next step. If they don't reach back, I don't go to the next step. So, but those that reach back immediately, and I say, oh, you're welcome. It's really, really nice meeting you. I don't even wait for them to say friend request. I just ask, yeah, I appreciate that. I'm wondering, please, could you do me a favor? I will appreciate it. Then they say, what favor is that? Then I ask, right now I'm helping a company expand, and I see you are in Canada. We want to expand massively over there in Canada. Who do you know that this can be of benefit to? We really appreciate it. There's an amazing man. He has made a lot of impact for people all over the world. And for the past 36 years now, thousands of people's life has been transformed. 67 of them has earned over $1 million. He's helping a company expand right now, and I'm helping him to look for people over there in Canada. I'm sure if you allow me, I'd like to send you an information so that you can hear him explain to you who we are, what we do, and how this is making difference. Probably when you see that video, I believe it's going to make you comfortable, and you can recommend 1 or 2 persons that this can help. So will you allow me to share that with you? When they say yes, I go ahead and send it. Most times I end up seeing their friend request, not even me sending friend request. So that's it. I hope that is helpful.
Yeah, Bob is clapping, giving you
Thank
thumbs
you.
up, Joshua. So that's really, really cool.
Wow. And
Thank you,
you know
sir.
what, ladies and gentlemen, in case that did sound a little familiar, hint, 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 success leaves clues.
Yeah,
Documentation beats conversation.
I was thinking.
Look to the gentleman up here.
I was
Seriously.
watching Joshua's interview. I've watched Joshua's interview 4 times.
Yeah.
And
it's part of that playlist,
Wow.
ladies and gentlemen, that it's posted in the chat, both Zoom and YouTube. So please Check it out. OMG.
Hey,
Seriously.
Joshua, did I tell you that I paid for a professional transcript of your video? And then what I did is I paid for it to be burned on subtitles on your video and reloaded it up
Wow.
on Facebook. So I had to
Wow.
I had to listen to it 4 times to figure out, and I'm still not sure. But when you're telling the story about asking your mom for a laptop, you said something before
Yes.
laptop, and was it an Acer laptop? What kind of laptop?
No, HP DM4 Pavilion, HP Pavilion DM4.
Okay, I messed up. I finally, could you say it so fast? HPDM4, and I was like laptop, and I was going like what, and I was going like, so I put in, I think I put in Acer or something, or
I'll send to your messenger on Facebook.
no, good. But yeah, I think that people get
Thank
it.
you, sir.
Any other questions for Joshua?
Actually, yes, I got another one from Wanda Olayoriju. This
Okay.
time I think I got it. I love your name, Wanda, by the way.
Wanda.
Thank you so much. And yes. Hi, Joshua and Robert. I have a team there in Nigeria as well. How do you keep them motivated during this increase in price of FFX and the Naira rate?
Well, basically, I just make the team understand that. In fact, I don't even need to explain to them. All I explain is the fact that with the price of FFX, this one sachet, I show them, this one sachet is going to help anyone that use it save minimum of 20,000 to 50,000 naira. So what is the price compared to what the value they are getting? So understand the value you're giving to people, not the price. When you look at the price, the value you're giving to people is way more. So they'll be very happy, and you yourself, you'll be happy because you're making life easier for them. So it's not an issue at all.
Yeah, when in 36 years of doing this, Joshua and Wanda, people would always say to me, well, listen, why are the products so expensive? And my response was always, listen, would you rather buy a Timex or a Rolex? Which one would you rather have? You know what I mean? They go, well, even if they didn't like watches, they said, well, I'll take the Rolex and then I'll sell it. And I say, listen, people focus so much on price, but they don't focus on lifestyle. You know what I mean? So whenever someone ever talks to me about price, I always say to them, I go, I really apologize. I'm in a different business than you. And they go, what do you mean? Well, I'm in the people business. And what I do every day is save people money and make people money. And so do you know anyone that doesn't want to work anymore to quit their job? Yeah, me. Stop focusing on things that don't matter. And for you guys that have heard of Amway, that does 8 billion, if you go to their website, Joshua, and click on frequently asked questions, I think the top one is, why do the products cost so much? And Amway's answer is because quality and premium products always cost more than the cheapest products. So like we don't choose to sell IKEAs. You know what I mean? We sell Rolls Royces here and Mercedes and so yeah, I always tell people price won't make a difference if I can show you how to make more money than it costs you for the product. So my goal is to help you bring in 2 people and help you bring in 4 and help you bring in 8. And the money you make from that, your product's free. So if you think that it costs a lot of money, how about if I could show you where you could get your product for your family free every month? So there you go. Thank
Those
you,
are the
Joshua.
questions. And yeah, Joshua, bless you, man. Thank you so very much. And definitely thank you, Kelly, Coach Bob, and Wanda for asking questions of Joshua. You know, Joshua, onward and upward, continued success, my friend. This is amazing, and watching you build and grow. And bless you, man. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Robert. Thank you, everyone, as well. God bless you.
How many people, if Joshua started doing Ask Me Anythings, it probably would take my whole audience right now.
I'm not doing any training. I'm just plugging into the system.
Yeah,
apart from
isn't it?
Zooms, for people to see.
Did you hear that, ladies and gentlemen? Did you hear what Joshua
again.
just said? Say it again, Joshua.
Yes, I don't, when people come to me, please train me on this, how to do this. I just say, go to your back office. There's this video there. Then also, except for people that wants to say, okay, how is any presentation on FFS? I just plug them into other leaders' Zooms. But when it comes to training, I don't do any training. I've not been training anybody. Nobody can say I'm training them. So if they ask any question, watch this video. Ask any question, watch this video. How is the compensation plan? Why am I getting paid this way? Please, you really need to understand the compensation plan very well. The CEO did a video of the compensation plan. I sent them Joshua Gill compensation plan video so that they can watch that. So that's it.
Point, guide, and direct. Point, guide, and direct.
Yes.
Point,
and
guide,
definitely a knowledge bomb just dropped. So yes, ladies and gentlemen, and you heard it from both gentlemen. There it is. Success leaves clues in documentation.
Okay.
All right, Joshua, again, bless you, man. Thank you so very much. Appreciate you participating.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you, Robert. We appreciate you. We're looking forward to see you soon.
So Joshua, when are you working on your visa to come to the United States?
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm trying to get Joshua D and Joshua A and Mosh. I'm trying to get them to come to the convention, and that would be awesome, man. They'd all be on stage sharing with the world what it takes to be successful. I'm telling you.
Wow, that would be amazing. Looking forward to see you all.
Yep. Awesome.
All right.
Yeah.
Again, thank you so much, Joshua. Let's go ahead and get the other two people in here before the top of the hour. Lisa Marie Cook, go ahead and open up and please share with us.
Hey guys, welcome, Joshua. Glad you're here. Okay, last month I had some volume under my first line and my second line, which is the second line that has never happened. Right. So I need to know how to use that to put FOMO into, and should I reach out to people on the second line?
Are you saying, because if people have carryover volume, are they doing 40 in volume so the carryover happens for them?
See, that's just it. This is going to be the first time for my downline to have anything carry over. So how do I, should I approach them with that?
Boy, there's this phrase that my mentor beat in my head, and I'm first going to say, Lisa Marie, you got to do what your heart says to do. Mm-hmm. My mentor beat up, it's funner and better to give birth than resurrect the dead.
Right.
And so, I honestly spend zero time trying to motivate unmotivated people.
And it would be different, and it doesn't mean anything against anybody, but you know, people think differently here than they do in Nigeria. And that whole second line is all Nigeria.
Yeah.
So, you know, I wouldn't, yeah, I felt weird about it, you know.
Yeah, the only thing that you can do with people, all people, is you know, do like I did with Elijah. You know what I mean? Like I did with Joshua. I try to get people to get on a Zoom with me. And then when they get on a Zoom with me, then I log into the back office, I click on Contact Manager, I grab their ID, and then I put it into the, you know, the binary tree. And when it pulls up, I click on the link to show them the volume, and then I show the people underneath them. And I just say, you know, listen, if I could show you how to get a payday, you know, would you be interested? And I then share with them the theoretical example, and then I ask them what their magic number is, and then I tell them what they need to do. They got to get me introduced to their best people.
Yeah. Yummy won't do that. I'm not sure why. I don't know why.
Yeah, and there's 7 trillion people that are not involved in My Daily Choice. So it's like,
Okay.
yeah.
Well, yeah, and I'm just pulling at, you know, just trying to save I mean, I've never seen volume on my second leg ever.
I never even thought about this. You know, I'm getting some good mind dumps today, right? So imagine Freddie walking in the door and says, Lisa Marie, I got to show you something. And you go, what? Come here. So he takes you out in the yard and he points to a little tree and a bunch of bushes, and they're all dead. And he goes, what do you think we should do with these?
Got it.
And you go, I think you should get in the car and we need to take you to the doctor.
Yeah. 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 I kind of thought too, you know, why I'd be putting a lot of effort and time and just let it go.
And that's why I got out of the kind of marketing that Coach Bob is in. I measure too much stuff. I shouldn't, but I do. And I used to have all my videos on Wistia with hot maps and all of this stuff. And I would put together the best video I knew how to motivate people and show them how to get money. And then Matt would send out an email with, you know, you got to check this out, or payday's waiting for you, or something really good in the title. And then send it out to 43,000 people that were active in our email list, and get 0.001 people that opened up the email. Then I would get crushed harder, Lisa, because then I would go watch the video and see 6 people started watching the video and then stopped. And I'm going like, that's why I dumped that business. You guys were all mad at me when I did, but that's why I dumped that business. Yeah. So
Yeah.
I only told you that story, Lisa Marie, to say you're not the only person that when they get excited, immediately want to help the people that already made their first step.
Right.
See what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. So you look in your back office, you see all these people that are free, like Joshua does. And if you ask Joshua, hey, listen, did you talk to those people between Mosh and Joshua A? And I can guarantee you Joshua's response would be, yeah, I gave them a shot. They know where I am. They know where I am. I've reached out to them. They don't reach out to me and ask for anything. I'm not reaching out to them and trying to pump them up.
Right. Okay. No, you answered my question.
Yeah, because that really stops you, Lisa Marie, from planting new seeds.
Right. It does. It does. I agree.
Yeah. You could tell Freddie, hey, this is what we need to do. And you get him in the pickup, and you drive to the nursery, and you pick up some new bushes, a new tree.
That's right. Get the mothballs out of that wallet, boy.
Thank you, Lisa Marie. I love you.
Thanks, Robert. Love you too.
Lisa Marie, thank you so very much. Great question. Okay, let's go ahead and move right along to Jody. I see you there. Hello. Open up, please, Jody, and share with us.
Okay, how is everybody doing? How are you, Robert?
Blessed and highly favored and deeply loved. How are you?
Ditto. Blessed and
Awesome.
highly favored.
Awesome.
So since I've been with you actively, probably January, February, I have had to go through some major paradigm shifts
Oh,
to
yeah.
the point where my brain has literally been hurting. I'm in such a construction zone right now. But at first, I was like really upset, even angry with myself. But now I appreciate that you and everyone here are helping me become a better version of myself.
Awesome.
Okay, so a couple of days ago, I actually unjoined my upline's private My Daily Choice Facebook group. I couldn't take it anymore. I just, so, and I find it so curious. When I joined October 2018, she had almost 12,000 members. Yesterday, when I unjoined, or whatever it was this week, I unjoined 2.6 members. So there's like a mass exodus.
Boy,
Now,
that ought to tell you something, huh?
Oh, hello. So now I have
No,
enough money.
Jody, I don't plug into things that don't make me feel good. There's leadership groups. If I told you guys who was in those groups and I'm not part of those groups, you would go, are you serious? I'm like, man, if you're doing nothing but complaining and whining and you become who you hang around. I'm very, very sensitive about that, Jody. So
Yeah.
if you don't make me feel good, I won't tell you that I won't try to correct you. Yeah, I'll just not be around you.
Right, exactly.
Yeah,
And that's what I'm doing.
And when you were talking about your brain hurting, I want to give you an analogy because it's just like Lisa Marie's, right? So you hire a contractor and you're thinking about doing a house swap. And so you find a house, right? And the land and the guy comes in and inspects it and he says, I don't know how to tell you this, but you know, the wiring's out of code, the plumbing's out of code, and it would cost you about $8,000 to fix the foundation. Wow. What do you think we should do? Tear it down? We should bulldoze it to the ground, get rid of the foundation and start over.
There you go. Yeah. And I'm almost to the point now I'm feeling like I've deconstructed and now I'm constructing. So I have enough money that I can buy the absolute major necessity products that I need for my health for
Good.
7 months, because I know I have to be out for 6 months, correct?
No, believe it or not, you stop carrying volume and everything if you don't purchase anything for 60 days.
That's all?
Yeah.
Okay, so, now let me understand. I don't purchase anything for 60 days, then I'm inactive, correct?
Right. Or what we could do is get like 20 people underneath you. So the amount of money that's coming in on a monthly basis is you don't have to worry about even skimping on the products.
Okay.
So our goal would be to get you to, maybe $300, maybe $500 a month in profit. And,
Okay.
and then you'd be in profit and you could purchase all the products that you wanted.
Okay, that's a plan for this week between you and I, my love. So, but okay, so enough about me. My main concern is when I leave that upline, what happens to my downlines?
Well, no, you don't. If I were you, you don't have to leave. You don't have to leave. You just have to pretend that, I know you guys know my story, and the part of this story, I don't mean to be sad. But when the government took me away and put me in a foster home,
Mhm.
immediately I had to adjust to new parents.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, they didn't ask me if I needed a transition time. No, it's just you mentally can. People think it's hard, but it's not. You mentally can, in your mind, pretend that you're front level to me.
Yeah, but I would like for you to reap the rewards.
God takes care of that.
Oh, wow. Boom. Okay.
I love you,
Thank
Jody.
you. I love you right back.
You're
Thank
my
you,
sister.
everybody.
You're my sister. You're fine.
Thank you so much.
Have a great Saturday. Great weekend. I
You
love
too.
you.
Love you
Jody,
too.
thank you so much. And that is a question that a lot of people have is, do they have to leave? And no, they don't.
No,
They don't.
no, I think they heard that in Mary's story, because she's very, very vocal in her story, because well, you guys could reach out to get the details, but her upline not only was abusive to her, verbally abusive to her, and then after she set out for 6 months and then re-signed under me, then the same sponsor called her and tried to get her into another company. It was like, hey, some people, you look in Wikipedia under clueless and their pictures there. So it's like, so yeah, if you got people underneath you that are doing volume, you don't need, so Mary did it for different reasons. Mary had a verbally, well, I guess not verbally, I guess you do chat, text message, emails. Yeah, she was just beating the hell out of Mary. So she goes, what do you do? And I said, unfortunately, MDC has rules and policies, and you have to terminate your position, make sure that corporate knows you terminated, and then you got to set out for 6 months. And she said, well, what am I going to do in the 6th month? And I said, I'll retrain you to become Superwoman, Wonder Woman. And when you got your mind right and your heart right, when you step in this company, you're going to hit ranks and everyone's going to talk about you. And so she did exactly what I told her to do. And then not only did she hit 5,000 friends and 6,000 followers, but then when she reached out to them, she got her spot and her other spot on the leaderboard and hit 1K. So, do an interview with her, and now she's going to be a rock star. So sometimes it's, I never even thought about it. Wouldn't it be wild if every one of you had to set out for 6 months and get your shit together and then rejoin? I love you too, Mary. So yeah, it's pretty cool. So let's go,
Okay.
Craig.
Now, there are 2 hands that are raised, and you did say that you need to leave. So
Yeah, let's see if we can get him. I know Elijah's just gonna tell everybody that we're now brothers, and we're going to we're just going to enroll 1 million people. So go ahead.
All right, Elisha, go ahead, open up, and please share. Welcome. Len, you're coming up. Thank you so much for your patience.
All right, are we in here?
Yeah, can hear you, brother.
Robert. First question I have for you, sir, is do you know who introduced me to you?
No.
Let me tell you. It was Robert Hollis on YouTube. And I didn't mean to sign up and join you, but somehow I signed up for the free account. And you know what you did? You know what you did, sir?
What did I do?
You reached out to me. You know how many other
Unbelievable.
so-called leaders said, I'm here. You go ask them a question, they don't show up. Crickets. Not Robert Hollis. He was right back in there.
I sent you an email. I sent you a message in the MDC
Yes.
back office.
Mhm.
I tracked your ass down on Facebook.
Yes, sir. And I appreciate that. Thank you for coming and tracking me down.
I appreciate you. It's like, hey, when you guys see Elijah, man, pray for Elijah. We're gonna do. We got Elijah and another person that this is catching at the right place, the right time, and
It is.
we're gonna impact millions of people, brother.
Your vision is real. You've made me a believer. That's what the oracle said to Neo. She said, well, you made me a believer. And I didn't want to believe either. So I didn't want to do it. I went to my Facebook. I don't know why it was so hard. It was so hard. But I clicked on there. I said, I'm no longer all those 5, 6, 7,000 different months ahead I was. I'm an entrepreneur, a business partner, a life coach. Boy, the list just goes on and on. 5,000. 50,000 ways to make money. And I didn't want to do none of them.
Oh,
I quit. I quit, sir. And guess what I am now? Guess what I put in?
After you and I got done talking, I don't know if I shared this with you on Zoom, but did I ever shared the phrase with you when I talked to Don Fela, right? And I said, so you hear all these little phrases that people say. Look at this guy's on it, man. I said, but you hear all these phrases that people say. What's your favorite one? And he says, when you serve the masses, you dine with the classes.
Amen. And if I meet the classes any other way than serving the masses, I don't want to be at the table.
Elijah, have you seen me? When I first spoke at Eric Worre's event, I spoke for him 5 times, closed it out.
Sir.
Closed it out twice. And when I first got on stage, I came out my Tommy Bahama shirt, my Jesus sandals, and shorts, right? and I came out and I said to everybody, I said, listen, I said, I have people walk up to me all the time. They ask me what I do. And I say, have you ever heard of these pyramid things? And they look at me and they go, yeah. I said, have you ever heard the people at the top make all the money? And they go, I do. And I go, I'm that guy.
Hall of Fame. Craig Jackman, run us up. Who is he, Craig? Only Craig can do it. I want to
Robert Hollis.
Thank you, Elijah. Man, I love you, brother.
Yes, sir. Love you, sir.
Thanks for jumping on.
Oh,
Elisha, thank you so much. Needed to exercise those chords a little too again. You're amazing. All right, Len B., thank you so much for waiting. And we're going to go ahead and finish up this Ask Me Anything with him. So, Len B., why don't you go ahead, unmute yourself, and please share with us.
Well, thank you so much for having me, Craig. And Robert, you're awesome as always. You are the amazing one.
I love you.
I love and appreciate you. You've been my virtual mentor. And I just had a couple of quick questions.
Please.
I was curious, Robert, who was, I guess when you were working with Bill Gould,
right?
Who was your first rock star, and how did you meet them, and how did you get them introduced to the business?
This is funny. So I'm doing exactly what Bill Gould tells me to do and nothing else, Len. And what he did is back then we ran ads in newspapers under sales and sales manager and stuff like that. And the biggest bold print we would put unbelievable, right? And then underneath there, it would say ex-auto mechanic, now makes 6 figures a year, no experience necessary, call this phone number. And so, Lynn, back in the day, I always joke with the people that watch me because, I'm 61. And so sometimes I can come across like the guy that, like our grandparents, I mean, is like, you think things were hard? This is what I did, right? But we had to pay for long distance, and in the state of California, every area code was long distance. And so you call 213 and it'd be across the street, it'd be 818 or 310 or 619 down in San Diego. And my long distance phone bill every month was over $3,000. And so advertising cost me about $1,000, $1,000 a month. And I'd sit there and just be jamming on the phones, getting people to come down so I could show them Bill's video on a big screen. and we were just doing live meetings all the time. And so what Bill taught us to do is, if everyone pulled in their money for advertising and newspaper, then all the people that signed an application, we would flip those applications upside down on a table and shuffle them around like cards and pull them out. And I pulled out a guy named John Alden that ended up being one of the top people in the company. And it was a music person. Of course, he was plugged into Bill. He didn't learn anything from me. He learned everything from Bill. And what was funny, Lynn, is he had a spreadsheet. And to show you how analytical this guy was, every month he would let me know how much of my paycheck came from him and his group. So thank you for taking me down memory lane. What else?
The other question is, since we ask people for a big personal favor to take, if they know of anybody that needs to make any additional money, did you kind of track how many people actually came back to you that were the initial person you talked to, or was it somebody that they actually referred you to?
People are people, and they're weird. It is weird. It's like if someone, I would have to say that in 36 years, there's been 5 people that have basically introduced me to someone that not only they made millions, and they didn't do anything in the company or ever come back. And one of my favorite stories, I talk about it with the professor, is I tell this story all the time. So, Bill Gould had the Knights of the Round Table. You know what I mean? He put this whole new thing together. And to get it, I asked him, I said, what's it take to be on a knight? And he says, well, listen, you got about, 1,500 active reps in California in like 6 or 7 offices, because no internet, no cell phone. And he said, how you do that is you got to prove to me that you can do it someplace else other than here. And I didn't care. So I reached out to all my people, did a leadership meeting and said, who knows someone, just like who's sharp, who's positive, And there was a guy named Richard Wickline, I remember like yesterday. And he said, listen, I know a friend of mine that I went to college with. His name is Jim Brown, football player, and it's like, and he says he lives in Detroit. And he says, I'll get him on the phone. And I said, listen, Jim, I'll fly to Detroit and I'll work with you personally to build this business. Now, it wasn't the football player. So it was funny. I met him at the airport and he was wearing a vest, a vest. Mm-hmm. And I go, wow. I said, you came here from work? He goes, no, I work here. I handle the baggage here. And so to get to his house, you guys, listen to this. To get to his house, we took public transportation all the way down downtown Detroit, West 8 Mile Road, just like in Eminem's song. And he had a room in an attic of a house. And so I never ever thought, Lynn, to ask him if he was financially doing well, because I didn't care. I didn't care. And so I sat down with him, started drawing out circles. Who's the best people you know? And he goes, well, I know a friend of mine is an insurance agent. And I said, well, let's go meet him. And I was able to get that guy convinced not only to get in a business under Jim, but also let me use one of his offices in his deal, ran a phone line into it, started running advertising. And then all of a sudden this, we were just going through people like crazy. And this girl named Lynn Martinez came in. And when she walked in, oh my God, on a scale of 1 to 10, she was a 12. I mean, she was gorgeous. And she walks in And I shared the presentation with her, drew some circles. And she said, I just got laid off from working at a jewelry store. She said, I don't have any money. And I said, don't worry about money right now. I said, let me draw this out. I'll show you how to build this business. Who's the best person you know? And she said, well, my boyfriend has a landscaping company. And I said, great. So I told her what I was going to say to him. I called him. He said he was coming down and bringing his brother. And when they walked in the door, it was identical twins, Tony and Mike Kupas, that now owns ACN. Now, Lynn, so they went straight to the top, and they brought in Rick Belger that went to the top, and NMD too. That not only got me on the round table, but Lynn Martinez is such an incredible person. We just always took care of her. You know what I mean? It was like, when people came in the office, she would greet them and they're like, damn, like a really good secretary. Plus, she just had incredible personality. She was one of those people that she didn't know how good looking she was. She didn't know. So then when ACN started, Tony and Mike Kupas made her the head of customer service. The story gets better, Lynn. Okay. She then met Robert Stefanowski's brother, David Stefanowski, which is the majority stockholder of ACN, and they got married.
Wow.
Yeah. So Lynn was her personality is just like so tree hugger. You know what I mean? She just, so see, back then, people had to use all these manipulation and closing tactics to get people to come in for $5,200, to buy water filters. And that just was never her. Just never her. So I hope those two stories helped you.
I appreciate that. I love and appreciate you, and keep up the great work, man. Appreciate it.
When you're nodding your head, I appreciate you too. But when you're nodding your head, you sound like you might have been around the industry for a little bit. So yeah.
Well, it's amazing. You kind of told part of that story before, and I heard it before. I'm currently with that couple that you mentioned, the twins.
Oh, I love them. I wrote about them in my book.
Okay.
Yeah. So you could go to roberthollis.com/free. And they're mentioned in the book. They're if someone said, Robert, who's your best students? There they are. You know what I mean? There they are. So I haven't had any of my people so when I met them, they took me outside of downtown Detroit, a suburb, Southfield, Michigan, and Novi, Troy, all those areas. And I moved right into their apartment, and they put people in front of me 24 hours a day.
Wow.
Yep.
Cool.
So great story. So thank you, Lynn.
Thank you, sir.
You bet. Love you. So
Lynn,
Craig,
thank you.
get us out of here. I hope you guys don't mind. A lot of my inner circle members and some of the other people, we've been on like 4-hour marathons. I'm starting to wear out a little bit, so I gotta take care of myself.
Yes, you got to have a great weekend. So, all right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so very much for being here and being a part of the AMAs with the amazing Robert Hollis. Got to give it out to Elisha Allman for the donation. Bless you, man. Thank you so very, very much. Also, got to give a shout out to Kelly Davis, Coach Bob, Wanda Olayariju. I'm going to get your name perfect.
That's good.
I'm getting there. So thank you so much, Wanda. Also got to give it out to Lisa Marie Cook, Mary Martyr, Elisha again for participating, Elisha Allman, and Len B. You guys helped make these AMAs so incredible. And actually each and every one of you who are watching make these AMAs so incredible. So if you want to save the chat, go ahead and click on the 3 dots in the chat. For those of you on Zoom, click on those 3 dots and then click on Save Chat. At the conclusion of this presentation, the chat will download to your computer. And for those of you that are watching on YouTube, all of the things that we shared in the chat are there, meaning the links and the Hollisisms that were shared during this presentation are there in the chat on YouTube. So until next time, ladies and gentlemen, please be good to yourselves. Be cash. Bye-bye. I'm going to open up the chat here to ask everyone to unmute as we say, have a great weekend and so long.
Yes.
Bye.
Good weekend.
Labor Day
Bye,
weekend.
guys.
Very thank
Bye,
you.
everybody. Bye-bye.
Coach Bob, Sharon,
See
Mike,
see you, Robert.
Certain way.
hi, John, Arthur, Randy.
Super affiliate.
Now that they
certain
moved around
way.
to Rome, Kelly, Melody.
Bless you all very much.
Someone's getting their butt chewed somewhere. Okay.
Super affiliate.
Matthew,
Have a great
I love you,
weekend.
Mary, Wanda, Thomas.
Bye.